Welcome to the Wellness Surge podcast with Dr. Adiola Oke. Each week, we discuss our wellness journey with real people like you and me. We have conversations about food, fitness, mental health, financial wellness, and much more, so you can get back to the real you. To make sure that you're up to date with this and other wellness topics, visit wellnesssurge.com. Information presented here is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose or treat any disease. Please do not apply any of the information presented here without first speaking with your primary care provider. Now, let's head on to the show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wellness Surge podcast. My name is Adiola Oke. I'm your hostess for today. And today I do have Akbar Sheikh, and we're going to be discussing using mindset to achieve health and wealth. Say hello, Akbar.
Hello. How is everyone? No one can hear. I can't hear anyone's answer, but I'm going to assume everyone's doing well.
Yes. So Akbar is the #1 international best-selling author. He's a speaker. He's the master of the 7 ethical principles of persuasion. He is a father, a philanthropist with a concentration on orphans and giving the gift of vision to the blind. That's awesome.
Thank you.
He has helped 8 funnels hit 7 figures. He's on a mission to create a massive impact through coaching, and he believes that as people earn more, they can give more to their families, communities, and favorite charities, hence making the world a better place. That's my favorite line, making the world a better place, because that's what we're here to do. Alrighty, Akbar. Like I said, I'm so happy that you're here. I'm honored. So I know that you've gone through, like you've not always been this way, right? At one point in your life, you used to live in a closet. Okay, so can you share your journey from being homeless to owning a company? I
used to live in an electrical closet. Listen, we had family and stuff. I could have gone and stayed with some family or something, but on our own, we couldn't afford like a house or an apartment or anything. We were kind of just starting fresh, and we didn't have anything going on, and we're entrepreneurs. So long story short, we ended up renting an electrical closet to live in, where we paid, I forget, it was $75 or $150 a month, utilities included. And what's funny is obviously it's an illegal apartment, but the lady made me sign a lease, which is kind of funny. My story is a little unique in the sense that you would think, okay, my mindset would have to change when I was in the closet to owning a business. But I actually had, a business before I ended up my mindset started changing before I ended up in the closet. It's just that was kind of a temporary stop during my transformation. The mindset, you're talking about the mindset about how to go from broke to I guess the reality is that we've gone from, I really hate to talk like this. I think it's super cheesy. But I guess somebody made me realize yesterday, I guess the thing is we went from broke. Sure. We went from not having a company or not really having any money or nothing to really talk about to, I suppose now having a company, a top 1% company in the world, which is somebody I never really thought about. I'm sure it's been in some marketing somewhere, but I never thought about it. And someone said it to me yesterday. I was like, man, that's really trippy, and I just try to learn from that and be like, why? You have to understand something. I suffered for many, many years. And it's like, why did God give me this? It's not for me. God gives everybody everything. And, really made me think about it. Like, what's my purpose? Why was I given? Everything happens for a reason. Why was I given this? What am I supposed to do with this? And I believe that I'm supposed to spread the message of make more, give more. The mindset is essential here. You see, I hung out with a lot of the wrong people, and you are who you hang out with, and you think the limits of what you think are defined by the people you spend time with. So I was hanging out with a lot of low level people, and therefore I was a low level. I don't mean like low. I hung out with a lot of small thinkers. I hung out with a lot of bums, you can just call it.
Okay.
And then I became one. It's funny because I wasn't always that way. Yeah, actually, because it's funny, like in high school and stuff, I wasn't really like a bum. I was like high school student, It
Okay.
wasn't until like
Go on.
afterwards. Yeah. It wasn't until like afterwards that I started, like I made some friends and they're just the wrong friends. It's so important to hang out. And this goes for anybody at any age.
Can you talk more about the health part too?
The
Because
health is essential.
it's not just you just didn't make a difference in your business. You went from being overweight, like not just obese, not just like, yeah, you were really overweight and you totally changed your life. It was not just
Yeah.
the business aspect, but you changed
100%.
two things at the same time, right?
100%. I lost 50, 60 pounds. Okay.
That's
This
huge.
happened before I really got like successful in business. You see, this is kind of what okay. If you really want to talk about health and mindset, that is directly responsible for my success, because when I was broke and lost and confused and all that, I was very unhealthy, eating garbage, drinking soda, fast food, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, everything. Uh, it wasn't until I went clean, I started eating organically, got rid of all the chemicals, high fructose corn syrups, all the garbage, and started doing a little light exercise, that I began, everything changed. I got mental clarity. I got confidence. I was a different person. You see, overweight people, a lot of the times are not confident. They don't like the way they look. They're uncomfortable. And that really messes with their head. And as entrepreneurs, we're artists. We need really a clear canvas and a clear mind. And in order to do that, a lot of that has to do with what you eat and things like that. Because if the truth is, like, it's really cheesy, but you are what you eat, right? And when I ate cheeseburgers and all that, I looked like a cheeseburger, right? So it's like, when I started eating clean and drinking a lot of water, as a matter of fact, let me tell you how much I value water. And let me tell you how much water is like a staple thing that totally changed my life. Like, straight up. I want to tell you something. It's interesting that it's free. I started free. I was drinking and I'm not a doctor, talk to your own doctor, but I was drinking like a gallon of water a day. I can't do that now. I try to drink half a gallon of water. It's just, I just can't go to the bathroom that much. It is very annoying, but there's a lot.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, it is endless benefit. I value water so much that I just bought a really expensive, it's actually a $5,000 water machine that it's like a king, and it's like ultimate pure, like next level water. But that's how much I value water and how much it's changed my life. I cut off soda and all that stuff. I mean, really, you can say, like, what's one of your biggest secrets to success? I will literally tell you water. I will literally tell you to your face, yes, absolutely. No joke, water. And some people are like, okay. You know what I mean? But it's true. I'm telling you the truth.
It makes sense though, because the water clears out your system, it purifies. And if you drink a lot of water, you won't be so hungry to be eating the junk, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's really just kind of a cleansing thing.
Yeah.
So, the mind, once you clear your mind of toxic relationships, once you clean your body of toxic chemicals, which is just a lot of the food out there is just garbage, food and drink. And once you clean your soul of confusion and not praying and things of that nature, once you fix all these things, they all intertwine, and only then did I start thinking differently. And then we were able to kind of become, I suppose, I don't know if you want to call it successful, but I suppose, only then did we find some success in business.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you. So you kind of said a few things, but do you have like actionable steps people can use to help change their mindset?
Listen, there's different orbs. Let's talk about each orb. Let's talk about health real quick. And again, please, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not certified. Nothing. Talk to your doctor. I'm just going to tell you what I did. Cut out all sodas, and don't say, oh, but it's diet. Listen to me. Cut out all sodas, anything with chemicals, anything with high fructose corn syrup, anything like that. Drink primarily water. You can have some natural fruit juice and things like that, or I like sparkling water, or add lemon to your water, whatever. Drink a lot of water. Eat organic, clean diet. And what that means, I'm not like this keto guy. I actually am not into that at all. A very balanced and healthy diet. And what that means is every day, 3 servings are roughly, and these are kind of rough numbers for you. 3 servings of fruit, 3 or so servings of vegetables, some nuts. Make it superfood heavy. Avocados, nuts, berries, flaxseed, honey, make it what's called superfood heavy. Lean meats, nothing fried, right? Nothing fried. No, and I kind of stayed away from butter and oil. Although, if you just have some olive oil on its own, it's pretty healthy for you. But I did. I pretty much stayed away. I had like 1 teaspoon of olive oil a day or something. And just eat clean like that, following a superfood organic diet. And that will really help you starting to think differently. That'll start declogging all the mental trash, number 1. Number 2 is practically get away from all toxic relationships. Any toxic relationship you have now, get away from it. Get away from it. Whoever it is, get away.
When you say toxic, it's like draining the energy out of you. You can physically, you don't feel good after you've been with that person, right?
Yeah. Or they're just like, everyone's like at a different journey, dude. Like everyone's at a different journey. And if there's like a lot of people, they're negative, they just want to watch Netflix all the time. They don't have the same ambitions. Like you are, like, let me be clear. Like, remember I told you, like, one of my biggest secrets is water. And you'd be like, what? That's kind of too simple. I'll tell you another super simple thing that's very factual. You hang out with millionaires, you're going to be a millionaire. You hang out with bums, you're going to be a bum. So hang out with higher level. Hang out with the kind of person you want to be. And if you're looking around and you're hanging out, like, dude, I'll be totally honest with you. Like I have some of these things you can't avoid. Like I have a cousin that I was just arguing with. Not the kind of person I love her, obviously, but not the kind of person I want to hang out with in the sense that, like, very negative, watches a ton of Netflix, doesn't have experience in certain things, but gives a lot of advice in those things. It's just not, dude, we have big dreams and we do big things and we try to do big things. And I don't want to surround myself with people who have like limiting beliefs and, who are playing small. I want to hang out with people who are doing bigger things than me because I want to catch up. And it's not a disrespectful thing. It's not that we think that we're better than anybody. And I don't, and you shouldn't feel like that. And people will misinterpret that, by the way. They'll think that's what it is.
No, absolutely not.
And it's not. So that's a practical thing is, remove yourself. Be very careful who you hang out with. And the other practical thing is really discover your why. And what that means is, like, have you discovered something you enjoy doing in an environment that you enjoy doing it in, right? In other words, do a little gut check and ask yourself, are you tenaciously passionate about what you do? Are you tenaciously passionate in what you do? If not, you need to pivot, because it is that, like, let me give you an example. Like my wife went to do something with her friends, right? With the kids. And I had some free time, which is pretty rare, to be honest with you. And I could do anything I want. I can go call some friends. I can go see a movie. I can go jet skiing. I can go get a boat. I could go do shopping. I can do whatever the heck I want to do, right? You know what I did? Not because I had to, because I don't, but because I wanted to. I came right here to the office because I'm that passionate about it and I love it that much, And if you don't feel like that and you don't believe in what you do and your mission and your why, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So you got to make sure and keep a gut check on that, so that all that's in order. So I think those are some practical things.
That makes total sense because I finally figured out my why, and
awesome.
That has made such a big difference because initially I was all over the place. Now I'm like, finally, I know what I want to do. I want to reduce the burden of chronic diseases and poverty around the world. And so obviously I will do that through things like this. And I enjoy inviting people like you that are not healthcare professionals to come and talk to the layman, because you're doing it, you're living it. But when we say, oh, drink water, oh, do this, oh, do that, they're like, oh, because you're a healthcare provider, you're saying this. But when it comes from laymen like you, it makes such a big difference. So thank you for that. I really appreciate those 3 actionable steps. Okay, so it's not easy, right? But what did you do? Because I can't remember how heavy were you and how what did you say you lost?
I think the rough numbers were, I mean, these are rough numbers. I have a pretty dramatic before and after picture, but it was something to the effect of I was like 220 pounds.
Okay.
And when I got down to it, I was about 160 pounds. It was something like that.
Whoa. So how did you get through this? How didn't you, like a lot of people, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of work. So I commend you on that. How did you get yourself through this and didn't get frustrated?
Actually, I'll tell you something. That's a great question. It had a lot to do with mindset. You know, a lot of people who are trying to lose weight, if they go to like a birthday party or something, people are like, hey, have some cake. And they're too shy to say, oh, you know, I'm on a diet. I can't do that. They're too shy to do that. And I've been there before. You know, God, for how many years I've been fat my whole life? How many years did I try to lose weight? My whole life, I failed. It wasn't until my mindset changed about it where it actually became like I became empowered by my goals. In the sense that when people said, hey, you want some cake? I'm like, absolutely not. And I'm smiling to their face. I said, absolutely not. I'm getting in the best shape of my life, but thank you so much. And it was just like pure confidence because I believed so much in it and I was so dedicated to it that I would smile to their face like, absolutely not. That's for you. No, thank you. Not that I can't, but I won't. No. That's not for me. My goals are different. I'm in the best shape of my life. Every calorie counts. And they'd be like, oh, come on, take a bite. Not a single bite. Forget a bite. I'm not going to even have a lick. What are you talking about? Never. You know, I mean, that's the dedication that one needs. And by the way, you get that pretty quickly because the truth is like, if you're overweight, like if you lose just 5 pounds and it's like the first 5 pounds, it is hard. You know what I'm saying? But once you do lose those first 5 pounds, you feel different. Your clothes look, just 5 pounds, your clothes look different. You feel different. Clothes fit better, so on and so forth. That'll give you that confidence and momentum to keep it going.
Okay, very good. Very well said. I love the part about smiling in their faces and saying, absolutely not. I've never had the gut to say that, but yes, yeah. I'll take one from that. Very good. All righty. So thank you so much, Akbar. But we're almost at the end of the show. So is there one thing you want to make sure that people take away from you today? Even if they don't take anything else, what one thing can they take away? Make sure they can implement on it.
Best thing you could do for your health and your mindset is just to have the right intention. You know, why are you doing it? You know, is it because you have a mission and dream that it's just not happening because you're not optimized as a person? Then you need to have that intention every day and that dream board and that vision board and look at it every day because that's going to empower you to say, no, I'm not going to have a bite of that. No, I'm not going to have a sip of that. It's just, you need focus on your dreams and the daily reminder and encouragement to make that happen.
Okay, very good, very good. So Akbar, if people wanted to work with you, like you said, like you help people achieve stuff they want to achieve, how can they get a hold of you? And
well, no, I got a great training on we've helped 10 entrepreneurs hit 7 figures. I got a great training on how to on a model where you can outsource most of the work and charge a good amount and get people great results. It's just on my website, which is my name.com, akbarscheikh.com.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much, Akbar. I learned a lot and I actually feel more confident in myself, right? Like, there's nothing weird about me. I'm just, I guess I'm just doing the right things.
Well, if you're an entrepreneur, you're definitely something weird about you, but that's what makes you an entrepreneur.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Akbar. I hope you all learned something because I learned a few things from here. So you have a wonderful week. And
I'll see you. Honoring me with the invitation. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Akbar. So I'll see you all on the next show. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Peace. Bye.
Join our Wellness Search Facebook community so that you can implement what we learned together. I am because you are. Thank you for listening and sharing your precious time with us. If you enjoyed the show, then follow us and subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, or any app that carries podcasts. Have an awesome week. Best wishes to see you thrive.